Good evening, beautiful people, and welcome to Minerals Monday Live Tarot. Tonight's mineral is Heliodore, which is actually a member of the Beryl family. It's commonly known as Golden Beryl. Beryl comes in many colors, all the way from clear, yellow, gold, green, red, blue, and pink. So the beryl family is always been the most valuable and precious of many, many, many stones. Green beryl is known as emerald. The teal and the light blue is aquamarine. And the golden beryl was recently renamed by a mine in Brazil after the sun. And Heliodore means gift of the sun. So today we're moving up to our third power chakra, and we're going to be going over the stone gold beryl. The other members of the beryl family are pink, which is morganite. All right. Okay, everybody, thanks for coming. Now today is, hi, Garnet. It's great to see you. There has been absolutely so much that has happened internationally since we met last week. I have 10 topics to go over, so I'm going to just do a quick once over, and then we're going to spend some time following Trump's money trail. And the reason why is because currently there's unsealed documents. Deutsche Bank actually released, I believe it was today. And so these judges and the staff members and the members who have access to this information, including unredacted information from the Mueller report, they know what's going on, okay? And obviously there's not letting us know, and there's not been a lot going on about it. So we're going to be definitely continuing to follow the money trail. All right, other big news for today, Monday, is Baltimore. There was a gas line explosion. The last I heard, this is happening literally within hours. At least one person was killed. I'm so sorry to say. Baltimore had a large explosion. I think it took out almost an entire neighborhood. My experience living in Southern California and California is there is a lot of utility systems underground which are not well maintained. The city and the PUC do not care for these utilities, and there's gas leaks like in entire neighborhoods in California where the real estate's just completely gone, like it's uninhabitable. So it was a big deal in Southern California because they had an explosion, and then there was all this gas leaking also in LA. And so I would assume, and I don't know, that, yeah, actually it was most likely the utility company who's liable for that sort of things. I mean, you know, they don't care for the public utilities. That's what's going on with that. Okay. And then, of course, oh man, over the weekend, I could barely sleep because I'm getting so used to Donald Trump on Friday nights doing his thing. And what I found out was that he had another massacre. DeJoy, the postmaster general, I guess, basically cleaned out the entire post office over the weekend. So now they're completely understaffed and dysfunctional. So President Trump's, instead of actually doing a big firing like he's been doing every weekend, he brought in DeJoy as the new postmaster general, and DeJoy did all the firing on his behalf and dismantled the USPS. Now I understand that, hi Zelda, I understand that actually the news feeds about Trump complaining about the voting and, oh, it's only okay to vote in Florida and all of that is backfiring on him, because now the Republicans are saying they don't want to vote. They're like, well, why should we vote then? So I guess like it's a problem registering Republicans now, because Trump has dismantled the USPS via DJoy over the weekend. Okay, super big breaking news that I'm going to be breaking out the cards for over the weekend. I've heard from two large influencers on YouTube. The first guy's name is Sean. I think his last name is Atwood or something like that. He's from the UK, and he has access to some witnesses in the GMAX case. Hi, YouTube, for entertainment purposes only. On our channel, we use the name GMAX instead of you know who. And so some of the witnesses have come out, and it turns out that there was a huge judgment. You guys, this is huge. Courtney Wild's case at, I'm not even sure which court. The judge ruled in her favor that they are going to rehear the sweetheart deal on the Jeff Epstein case. I mean, this is ginormous, you guys. Even if it's not scheduled for this year, the fact that they're going to reopen and rehear the case that against Courtney Wild filed against Epstein, that ended up in actually creating that sweetheart deal, which grants immunity to all these people, and GMAX is trying to get off based on the sweetheart deal. They're going to be rehearing it, and the reason why is I was able to actually read some of the documents on the I think his name is Sean Atwood channel, and the reason why they shut down Courtney Wild was completely bogus, you guys. They gave, I mean, it just won't hold up, and so the judges just decided, boom, that's it. They're going to reopen the case against the sweetheart deal. So it is very possible that all those people involved with Epstein can actually be tried now, once that deal is dissolved, essentially. So this is really huge, you guys. Make sure to share this. And also, Sean also acknowledged to my channel that there's a ton of information suppression right now. YouTube and stuff, you'll notice myself and some of the other readers have really small engagement compared to before. Like some of these channels who were established when I came in, I came in at the beginning of the year in January at this huge in-bulk thing on February 2nd. And since then, their channels have actually kind of like, even though they have new subscribers, like nobody's showing up. Like, for example, tonight we have the lowest ever. Like Zelda and Garnet, you guys are like the only ones here. And yet there's like all these people who just joined. I have like 50 new subscribers. And so the point that Sean is making is, because we are talking about the Epstein case and about reopening this, and we're actually listening to the victims, this is really huge. The fact that Weinstein is in jail right now, or in prison, and that this whole thing broke open at the beginning of the year is really big. Because if they actually hear this out all the way to the end, and Courtney Wild wins this petition and the sweetheart deal is dismissed, you guys, when we have our new administration, when we have our change of presidency in January, there's going to be so many sealed indictments that are going to be opened. So Sean wants us to keep talking about this. You guys talk about my channel, tell other people about what's going on about Courtney Wild, just get the news out. And the other thing is, like, nobody's talking about Robert Fuller. It's like Breonna Taylor, and all these people are getting all this publicity. But just recently, there were those lynchings. I'm just going to say it, okay, for YouTube, for entertainment only. I saw a video about Robert Fuller hanging from a tree in front of the civil thing. Did Cash Beater said he noticed a lot of issues with his numbers too. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I've never had 3 people, even when I was nobody and nowhere, and I've gained huge volume since then. So people need to talk about it. Talk about it to real people. I'm not saying talk about the YouTube channel to real people. Talk about the topic to real people, okay? Get the word out about Courtney Wild and them reopening the case to grant immunity to all of those people who were involved with the Jeff thing. Exactly, because I don't want YouTube to go off. Now I have, thank you, loyal followers. Now this is also what Sean is saying. It's even more important when you guys show up. Like in the old days, it'd be like, oh, cool, I joined another tarot channel, or oh, cool, I'm coming to one more tarot live stream. Guess what? It's way more than that right now, especially on my station, because we are so intimately small that the information I'm sharing is exclusive. For example, the bribes that we found out were used to pressure Attorney Barr to fire Berman. Yeah, I was able to follow the money trail all the way back through one of the victims. That is correct. That is correct. She was at a party at the guy's house. There's 2 lobbyists. Did you guys watch the GMAX? The lobbyists take the bribe, follow the money trail, and all that. The exclusive on my channel. Okay, this is huge, you guys. It's like everybody's keeping quiet about it. The news that I was told today by my next guy, who also said how important it is that you guys are showing up for the people who are telling the truth, because they don't want this stuff to get out, okay? There was another guy, Glenn Kirshner. Glenn Kirshner is an attorney. If you have not seen his YouTube channel, go. That is the one place I want you to go to, is Glenn Kirshner. He's an actual prosecution attorney, and the dude knows what's going on. And this is what he said. He said that they're putting up all this news, especially this whole deal about the president issuing executive orders over the weekend. Okay, guess what? It's a distraction. Even attorney Glenn Kirshner said, don't waste your time watching op-eds on whatever, you name it. He said the reason why is they don't want anybody talking about the records that are open today from Deutsche Bank right now. And this is why we're doing Gold Beryl today. Okay, so what's Gold Beryl all about? All right, so the stone beryl is used for what's known as the causation or the causality. Now, when I bring out the Nostradamus deck, I'm dealing with belief systems. I'm dealing with paradigms that go over centuries and millennia of human history. Time is always cyclical, and so all the numbers are lining up. And this is why I need to let you know. And I was on a live stream because I am moderator for another channel, the Queen's Tarot. Thank you, everyone. And give a great big shout out to the Queen's Tarot and Mystic Bella, who posted on her site today for everyone to join the live stream here tonight. Thank you, Bella. Thank you, Z Queen. My 2 other channels who I follow because they have a very high accuracy. All right. There are other channels who have gotten 12,000 viewers in like weeks, and you can bet that their accuracy is very low. And even the Queen's Tarot mentioned, literally on her live stream last night, watch for the people who are being suppressed. Watch for the people who are tiny, because those are the ones who are telling the truth. And I'm going to let you know, I don't actually have inaccurate predictions, because I don't do predictions. I use the Nostradamus deck to show us how we as a human consciousness and all our alien and God being influences has brought us to this present moment, which is why we're talking beryl and why we're talking gold beryl. When we are in our present moment, and this is what that victim wants you to know, and she wants you guys to get this word out. We are missing an opportunity, especially in the United States of America and the UK. We are missing an opportunity right now to call out the corruption in our government, even on social media. Why? Because we are being bombarded with C *** D 1 period and executive orders and explode, all these quote unquote BOM, B things going on to distract us and keep us as the American people and the American social media and the free speech on the internet, which we know we don't have right now. They destroyed internet neutrality. We, the people, are here to share this message from the witness, Courtney Wild. Okay, get the word out. Put the pressure on the courts and the Supreme and the justice system to eliminate the immunity in the sweetheart deal to all these criminals. This is where we need to start, with protecting our children. Okay, so that's what's number one. Okay, that's one witness. The next witness is Virginia. She's quite famous. She's the one with the photos when she was a teenager, with Andrew around her waist and all that. That is Virginia Roberts Giuffre. She, I think, over the weekend actually signed off at court because there's been a lot of people who've been, actually, it turns out there's entire governments who pay, and people like GMAX who pay people to defame her, okay, and come out with this fake stuff, okay, to make it look like she's just another fake, okay. Now, this is what Virginia says. She agreed at court to release the sealed documents to Alan Dershowitz over the weekend. You guys know how huge that is. Alan Dershowitz is all over the GMAX. Release documents and depositions. Oh, yeah. Now, we may not see Pompeo and Barr's name all over the depositions, but Dershowitz is all over the depositions. And so Virginia signed off to release the documents to Dershowitz over the weekend. This is big because she is so tired of the defamation. Okay, now check this out. There's only two of us tonight. Okay, Garnet and Zelda, there's only two of us here tonight, literally. I told you it was going to be a huge energetic suppression of the truth coming out. Okay, next is the corroborative witness named Shelley Lewis. She could actually be a huge help, especially in Europe. Now, if you think America is having problems right now, the UK is going off because everyone knows how heavily, not just Prince Andrew, but last week we found out that Spain and King Felipe, who is the son of King Juan Carlos, my old buddy who I used to play chess with, is implicated, okay? These guys are in trouble. Spain's in trouble, the UK is in trouble, and probably many more countries, because these guys, especially these monarchies, have all been in on the Jeffrey thing. Okay, now, the deal about Shelley Lewis is that she could be used as a corroborative witness, okay, to Virginia Giuffre. So if she decides to speak out, then that's going to collapse the European monarchy, okay? This is really big. This is really big, you guys. Okay, another thing, Jerry Falwell Jr. was called out for having some photo of him with a minor, and he was asked to resign. Okay. And then I think everyone heard about Letitia James, the AG, suing the NRA. Okay. And I'm sure there's lots of other channels who are covering the NRA issue. But this is the deal that the other channels won't tell you. And Z Queen said that this is actually what she concurred. Okay, now I will be showing you guys later this week an intimate view into the life of a real psychic tarot reader. I'm not dissing anybody else, but my abilities are in telekinesis, okay, which means I have the ability to, how shall I say, manipulate subatomic particles without the use of a body, because I understand how electrochemical waves and thought waves are actually wave packets, okay? And subatomic particles definitely, as we've all seen in the, oh God, get me if I'm wrong, the Hamashiti or the Yashimoto water experiments. Water, okay, they froze all those ice particles after they did the thank you prayers and then the stuff, and it made the beautiful snowflake, the Yashimoto experiments, okay. Subatomic particles absolutely respond to emotional energy because those are given off as electrochemical waves. Okay, you know I'm an advanced engineer and I hold the record at the University of California for the most accurate measurement of a subatomic particle ever performed by hand in the entire history of the University of California. That's huge, you guys. All right. And you know that there are very important people who watch my channel. I am not kidding, especially from Africa. Okay. So that's the next thing is we need to hopefully pray that Shelley Lewis will agree to corroborate and take down the rank, because this is an international corruption crime organization and it's completely taken over all of our governments. Okay. The next item that's huge is that the Kuan Yin statue, which is even larger than the Monte de Cristo in Rio de Janeiro in China, is been demolished. The Chinese, that's right, the party, yeah, the China party is in absolutely took down the Kuan Yin statue. It was so big, I think it was larger than the Statue of Liberty. And this is what the Buddha would say about this, and the Tara, the mother of all Buddhas. She knows that the true Buddha does not live in the statue. However, it is not so much meant to denigrate the Buddhists who worship her and believe in her, as it so much is an act of slander against the party who took them down. Okay, and with that philosophy which Kuan Yin shares with us, the same could be said when we take down Confederate statues. It applies across the board. Somebody believes in Robert Lee, okay? All right? And when we denigrate someone else's belief system, then we bring on their negative karma, okay? That's what it's saying. We bring on the negative karma of the white supremacy when we destroy and denigrate them. So just as the Kuan Yin has been destroyed and denigrated, it is not an act against Buddha or the Buddhists. It's an act against those which violated the statue of Kuan Yin. So they're the ones who develop this negative karma. All right. Next, and if I'm forgetting anything that's happened in the last 3 days, go ahead and put it in here in the chat, or for those on replay in the comments. And we're going to be getting to the cards soon, don't worry. The gunman. This is actually happening in real time. The press briefing given by the 45th President of the United States was interrupted today because the Secret Service had to remove him. And that looked legitimate to me because what I did find out was the shots that were fired, according to the president, by the Secret Service. And the injured or wounded party is the suspect, and the suspect is in custody and injured. I don't know if anyone other than that was injured, but that is, hey, Saturn, how you doing? That is what the president said when he resumed his press briefing today after being removed during this thing, that supposedly there was an armed intruder outside the fence of the White House, and that the shots that were fired by the Secret Service, not by the what do we call it? The guy who got shot. Okay, so the injury was to the suspect. Okay, there we go. All right. So now it is not every day that there's something like that that happens outside the White House during a press briefing, you guys. Next, we have Lebanon. How can we get through our day without lovely Lebanon? One of my favorite people in the world. Lord, 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 let us all send love and healing to Lebanon. The fortunate news is that there were so many acts of people by the Lebanese people that the resignation of the government of Lebanon is not happening instantaneously. There's going to be a turnover. He has agreed to it, resign. I don't even know the guy's name, sorry. But he's not just like stepping down. They're going to have a smooth transition. That's what they're hoping for. But they're going to be basically eliminating the entire everybody. From what I understand, they're going to, without a coup and without an immediate military takeover. So they're acting quite reasonably in Lebanon right now. So that's good. Thank you, Mystic. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everyone. So that's news number 7. News number 8 is super important. One of my business cohorts from Albuquerque, New Mexico, sent me a PSA for all men to tell their wives and for all ladies to check their lingerie that you have purchased or own that is labeled VC. That's right. WEXNER has been inserting RFID electronics into the straps, into the hook part of the brasiers, so that he can track anyone who wears intimate apparel from his factory. This is not a rumor. This is not a theory. All right, we need to get the word out. Check all your VC items, literally rip them apart, and you will see inside of the hook, especially in the brasiers, and they have these little RFID chips, and they're tracking us. Can you believe this? They're tracking us through our intimate apparel purchases. That's right, okay? Okay? So once again, you will only find this exclusive information on Alternative Health Tarot. And Glenn Kushner and Sean Atwood both told me and my channel that you guys, all 4 of us, whoopee, are so important that you're actually showing up right now, because there's a huge information suppression thing happening on the internet right now. It is not about Twitter. It is not about YouTube. It is not about you or your channel. It is about the fact that we do not have First Amendment rights. We do not have free speech, and we are being hugely suppressed. Anyone who speaks any truth, okay? So you will see tarot channels that have 15,000 subscribers, and they will just recommend you, and they'll get everybody. And I've watched a couple of their channels. They do not give accurate predictions, guys, and that is how come they're up there. You know, oh, Trump's resigning. Yeah, I'll bet they have 15,000 views because Trump is not resigning, okay? That is clickbait, and they don't want you to know the truth. Okay, my personal reading, and now let's get to the cards part, okay? And we'll talk about Beryl and how Beryl is the causality stone. It brings us into this present moment. And I just went over the 10 things for the people who just showed up. They are the Deutsche Bank records are right now sitting in front of the court. Baltimore had a gas explosion. The massacre happened at the post office. DeJoy eliminated it. The witnesses, Virginia, Courtney Wild, and Shelley Lewis, and especially Courtney Wild, that over the weekend, the court ruled in her favor that they're going to reopen the sweetheart deal case. They're going to rehear it. The Courtney Wild versus, that's right, which means that immunity clause that everybody's been claiming that everybody gets off on is up for scrutiny right now. Gold Beryl is the stone of presence. It's not about the past. It's not about the future. It's about right now. These are the 10 things that are happening right now, this Monday. Okay, Jerry Falwell was asked to resign. The NRA got sued. China demolished the Kuan Yin statue. There was a suspect shot in front of the White House by the Secret Service during the press briefing today. Lebanon's government is offering to step down in a supposed peaceful transition, not a coup. Victoria's Secret, by the way, has been implanting RFID chips in our intimate apparel for years, and we just found out about it. All right, so this is what's up for this week, and this is what's so huge. When I was doing the Nostradamus predictions, and Nostradamus is saying, why are you pulling out the Greer deck? It's all about me, baby. Okay, oh, here's my beautiful quartz, my rose quartz. Love to all. Okay, why these channels are having super few viewers right now is what Glenn Kirshner and Sean Atwood said, that it's super important to share this information. So tell all your girlfriends, go check their VC brassiere tags, rip out the RFID chips, and boycott Mr., and I always mispronounce his name on purpose, Mr. Waxler. Boycott him because he's behind this whole thing. The victims have been talking out about this for a while. This is huge, the Courtney Wild thing, you guys. Whew. Oh, thank goodness, Dark Saturn. So, Nostradamus has definitely given me the predictions for the year. All these other decks are like, are you kidding me? They are so not deep. So, the June predictions were huge. They were huge, okay? And they were all right on. And what they predicted to was August. And what August is predicting to is October. And everybody's already talking about the October surprise. I suspect the October surprise is in my premiere video this morning. And I don't think it has anything to do with Kanye. It has to do with the fact that we are not having a Trump versus Biden ticket. I'm not kidding. I've been getting this all year long. I have never gotten any cards that have said otherwise. So let's look at Trump for August, because he looks like August is a bad month. And July was good for him, wasn't it? That's why I didn't even bother to put his forecast up. I probably won't put up September either. is going to be good for him. But August is bad, and it gets really, really bad on the 14th, you guys. And you're going to see why when I upload that Beirut video that I've been working on night and day, okay? Because I'm going to be doing the Beirut series here this week, okay? So, dear universe, please allow us to take a look at Trump in August 2020. We know that the number, we got a quadruple set of 14s on coming up, which is on Friday. So I've been doing the numerology as opposed to the astrology, you guys. And at the base of this reading is the number 4 major arcana. This is the Emperor. Right now, this is the CEO of the United States of America. Okay, now normally when I pull this card, this is actually him, sitting over here, being scolded by his master. That's right. So that's the Emperor. Okay. Now, to do this spread, we do an intense 24 spread, and I figure today we could be here for a while, guys. Don't be afraid to introduce yourselves in the chat, you guys. Remember, Gold Beryl is all about the causality body. It's about being present in this moment. The top reading is the 6 of Spheres, the 9 of Suns, and the 9 of Stars. Okay, so 9s always convert to themselves, and this is a 6. And a 9 and a 6 is a 15. So that's talking about Saturday. Okay? That's what's happening on Saturday, you guys. Center of the reading. I'll make sense of this. Don't just give this a sec. This is the major arcana 20, the Judgment. The number 2 is at the center. So that's 22 and an 8. So I would say that this would be a culmination of 28. Okay, so we're talking 8 years from now is this row. That's the timing. Oh boy. In the bottom row, we have the reverse Pope, the reverse One of Moons, and the reverse Lovers card. I know what this means, you guys. Okay. This is August for Donald Trump. Something huge is happening to Donald Trump, and it's going to begin on Thursday. When it hits him on Friday, it's going to be about his money, who he owes, who he's been paying off. This is the Deutsche Bank. These are the judges sitting looking at the Deutsche Bank documents in this present moment. I told you guys, dude is up for scrutiny. These are the people involved. The 9. Now, when I did the beginning of the year reading, there's what's known as the 9. The 9 are taking advantage of a helpless flock of sheep, the sheeple. These 9 entities are not normally evil. They are normally in a position of protecting their flock. So these are supposed to be the 9 protectors, but I have a feeling that they're not. The third group of people is the 9 of stars. Now, the Nostradamus deck is very different when it moves from the set of the suit of stars to the suit of swords. This is all about the race for the cure, because there's a spiritual component, okay? A lot of people believe in the science of a vaccine. A lot of people are anti-vax. Some people want a vaccine. Some people don't want a vaccine. Some people believe that the concept of a vaccine is not scientifically viable. But there's no doubt that Donald Trump, and this is what I'm talking about, you guys. This is Donald Trump's reading. Donald Trump is desperate. He's grasping for straws. He'll do anything to try to get his poll numbers up. He's positioning himself so that he can pretend to give us some miracle thing that's going to happen, okay? And that's why I think even on Mystic's channel, she said, beware, because there's going to be a false, I'm going to just use the word cure, okay? Okay? All right, so this doesn't say that there's a news or a development of a cure. This is saying that this entire row, the judge is looking at Deutsche Bank. The 9. Oh man, these 9 people are so scary. I know Mike Pence is one of them. I know Mike Pence is one of them. And the race for the cure is what Donald Trump is all about in August, okay? Now, right now, sitting at court are those records. These are the judges, you guys. This is the judgment of the release of the Deutsche Bank records, okay? Now, we already said that the universe just told us the resolution is in 2028, okay? This is not going to resolve in a day, a night, or a year. 8 years, 2 terms of sets of new presidents, okay? The center of the reading, this is the most important card, is the 2 of Spheres. Nostradamus does each class of suits is about the people. These are the scientists. This is the agreement that's being made with the scientists. The crow is the forbearance. That's not the same as a foretelling, it's a forbearing. This is the forbearing of the agreement of the scientists with Donald Trump, and you know it's regarding the cure or the vaccine, okay? Because that's underneath the 9. And the 9 are the ones who I read were inoculated in China in like December or November 2019. And yeah, I'm not the only channel that knows about the fact that they were inoculated. The prophet, you guys, this is the prophecy. Oh, I take this back. This is not an 8. This is a 13. This is the final outcome. The final prophecy. This is the Queen of Moons. Okay, this is Kuang Yin. This is the goddess Kuang Yin. Okay, we brought her up while we were talking about her. And this is not an 8. This is a 13. So let me redo that. Okay. The Deutsche Bank records, which are sitting right in front of the judges right now. The agreement that Trump's making with the scientists right now to put together an op-ed for a quote-unquote cure so they can win the election. And Kuan Yin, the real healer, the goddess. Okay, now let's add them up. 22 and 13. 15, 6. This is 22 and 13. 22 and 13. There's 13 moons in every year, and this is the year 2020. The agreement was made in the second month. That would have been February of 2020. And the Kuan Yin and the is coming out on the 13th moon. So that's going to be the last moon. Okay. I'm going to get these. This is the time row. I'm going to get this right. It's not 2028. I'll take that back, you guys. Okay, last row. This is what the universe wants us to know. This is a reverse Pope. Okay, this is the Pope. This is the Pope, you guys. He's acting badly. He's naughty, naughty, naughty Pope. The One of Moons, it's the One of Cups, it's the Ace of Cups, it's the Communion, it's the Eucharist. Okay, this is someone who's taking Holy Eucharist for evil purposes. Somebody is acting on behalf of the 9. I know Mike Pence is in on this, and this little agreement to create some sort of falseness. All right. And in the very last is Joe Biden reversed. What this is saying is Trump's big opposition right now is Joe Biden. He's worried about Joe. Okay. He can't get around Joe. Okay. All right. Now we read down. Hi, Kate. Hi, everybody. We read down to get this clarity. These are really advanced readings, you guys. I know you're not used to this deck. The Deutsche Bank records that are sitting in front of the judges at court at this very moment aren't looking good for the Vatican. It's showing dirty money coming in from the Vatican and Italy and the evangelicals. The 9, led by Mike Pence, in an agreement with the scientists and the 45th administration, are creating a false cure narrative. There it is, upside down. The 9 of Stars, the inoculation that the 9 received. Kuan Yin, the goddess, overshadows by Biden as the opposition. So what this is saying is that behind the scenes, even though he's running around giving executive orders and there's all this news going on, what's really happening is he's trying to make an agreement with some scientist group, could be Gilead from Israel, to put together a false narrative to gather poll numbers to try to outdo Biden. Okay, that's where he's coming from. All right, and we know he's in trouble. Okay, we know he's in trouble right now. Okay, so let's just ask, what's going to happen to Donald Trump between the 13th, 14th, and 15th of August this week, because all the numbers are lining up against him. This is going to be the one Friday night he doesn't get away with another massacre, you guys. Oh, yes, the Pope. And Salvini in Italy. Oh, we have a really great viewer. Her name is Lucienne. Please get a hold of her and ask her to come sometime. This might be at like 4 o'clock in the morning for Europe, you guys. But it's worth waking up for. I've woken myself up for live streams at 4 a.m. in the morning to go to Scotland. Oh, which reminds me, Scotland has begun an investigation because it turns out that the violation of the emollients clause regarding Trump and the little golf course thingy is also illegal in Scotland. And now they're doing an investigation into Trump and the violet. So the world is starting to help us up. Go Scots. Oh my God, the Scots are some of the baddest boys. I love them. They could save us, you guys. Go Scotland. All right, so the question is, what's going to happen to Donald Trump the 13th, 14th, and 15th of this week? Because it's big. Now, did everyone hear about the incident at the press briefing today? Did everyone hear about that? The Secret Service did have to remove someone in a violent and injuring manner. I suppose that's legitimate. What's going to happen? Sorry about the banging on the table. What's going to happen to Donald Trump the 13th, 14th, and 15th of this week? And I'm telling you guys, my cards, oh man, if you're wondering where the truth is, it's on the smallest channels. That's what Z Queen said on that middle of the night. Oh my God, she did that crazy middle of the night live stream that I'm the moderator on, and she's like, you guys watch the small channels. The reason why they're shrinking instead of growing their voices because they tell the truth. What's gonna happen to Donald Trump the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th of August? Because it's not looking good. It's all about walking away with the money. This is the follow the money trail. We've got Donald Trump is under scrutiny. Donald Trump's money trail is under scrutiny. However, the fact that we drew the 10 of Pentacles means that the King of Pentacles and his cohort walk away with all the money without being held accountable. That's what this means. Okay. All right, you guys, we had to ask, what's happening to Donald Trump this week? Okay. Now, I actually use a spread that's done in the old style Nostradamus. So this is what's known as the essence. This is the internet. The world, this is the internet. This is dark money that's being laundered overseas, international, using the machines. Okay, this is the money laundering. Oh my God, because there's no way people don't know about this Jared Kushner stuff by now. I mean, my God, the RNC couldn't even get their $170 million worth of campaign funds. You heard about that. This is all about the money that's being transferred digitally, internationally, you guys. Donald Trump is the thief in the night. He's getting away with it. Once again, the bottom of the deck says that he walks away with all the money and all the votes. He's the king. This is the thief, okay? We'll get some clarity on this. So why is Trump getting away with it again? Why is he getting away with all this money being transferred overseas? Because he's got AG Barr, the Department of Justice, helping him. In the recent past, he had GMAX helping him. This is my GMAX card. This is also his connection to Jared and Ivanka. He's got his family of maids. This symbolizes Melania and all his lady helpers. Now, we found out recently Brad Parscale has got busted for depositing RNC campaign funds directly into accounts of Trump family members. Okay, so this is talking all about that. So that's Laura Trump and Kimberly, what's her name, gathering up the money. And just to name a few, I just knew today we had to draw the Two of Pentacles. Okay, this right now are the votes at the court. They're juggling, okay? They can't decide whether or not to bust this guy. They can't decide whether or not to bust this guy. This is mutiny. This is mutiny. These are people leaving Donald Trump's camp. All right, so what's happening at Donald Trump's camp is he's losing his support except at the Department of Justice. It's AG Barr, you guys. OMG. The courts are looking at his money records. This is them looking at the money records, but they can't decide how to bust him. These are people just walking away from Donald's camp. They're like, we cannot do this anymore. Look at all these people who've gone to jail. Now, Kirshner reminded us that the Flynn case is actually coming up again. OMG. Is anybody up on what's happening with the Flynn case this week? It's like, oh man, now you can see how simple that reading is compared to, hey, yeah. The Secret Service agent wasn't wearing a mask and got close to Trump's. Oh, when they escorted him off the podium to take him into his safe spot. Remember how we talked on the Nostradamus deck? The 9 of stars is the inoculation, and the 9 of suns are those who received it. And remember when we saw that news clip that got suppressed? Mystic remembers. Yeah, remember how some guys like, oh, we don't have to wear a mask, we already got the shot. Do you guys remember that? They caught him off mic, that hot mic moment. Do you guys remember the hot mic moment? Kimberly. Yeah. Oh, good night. Thank you, Dark Saturn. And remember to get the word out about the victorious, the intimate apparel, RFID tracking. All right. So we've been on the tarot now for about an hour. So let's do our final few minutes here with the gold beryl. All right, now, beryl has always been about power. Whenever we look at the ancient scriptures, the hieroglyphs, and we see the ancient stones like emerald, which is a member of the beryl family, aquamarine, it's about the beryllium. When the gem hunters go to look for the rocks, they know when they found a beryllium deposit, they've struck something really valuable. Okay, and the beryl, it's just a name, was renamed by the Brazilian mine because they've found a really good. They look for the pegmatite, and then when they follow the beryllium, then it leads, to the beryl, which they have renamed Heliodore. Helios is Greek for sun, and Doron is gift of the sun. Now let's talk about the chemistry. Is the upper level ions in the iron. Okay, so it's not just the iron that gives the gold beryl its quality. It's the ions. It's the ionization. So it's the triple ionization. And Which means that it can very easily move energy at the upper levels, upper frequency levels. Okay, it's more sensitive than other rocks. Okay, even the red beryl, which is the most rare of all the beryl family, which has the manganese, I'm pretty sure that makes it the red. Most of the red rocks have manganese in it, but the golden color is almost always from iron, not always. The upper level ions in the ferric oxidization, so it's especially sensitive. Now we talk about the causality body, and that it is just like wham. It's just like a sword that just brings you into the present moment. It's just like you pinch yourself, boom, you're here now. This is it. And a reminder from the witnesses, I'm going to start using the word witnesses instead of the other word victims. The witnesses, it is so important to get this stuff out because so many people are no longer able to get access to its information. It's like, okay, and it's not just about YouTube. It's not about your channel. It's about the fact that free speech and our First Amendment rights are literally being dismantled before our very eyes. So in this power moment, this moment of personal power, we have the opportunity. That is what Courtney says. My San Pellegrino. Oh, I'm not here to endorse anyone. Thank you, YouTube, for entertainment only. The point she's making is that now more than ever, if you actually even made it to this live stream, that's huge. That is huge because you didn't just end up here. There are not recommending channels that tell the truth anymore. And that's why we're doing Beryl, because Beryl is personal power. Before we have our concern about others and how to affect others, we want to stand in our personal power. And you can see that Portland's moms chose that screaming yellow orange color. Okay, now I do not have any golden beryl. Unfortunately, it's not in my collection, but I am almost certain I can get out a beryl. Here we go for you on this little book. So once again, it's extremely sensitive to oxygen ions, which this whole thing is like feeding on oxygen ions. And then of course it has iron in there. Now when we move into the third chakra, power structure, we want to make sure we have our firmly established base. So we've done our red, our spinel, we've done our orange, our paparacha, because we are aligned. We're not looking to get aligned. The third chakra is the moment of taking action. Standing in our power is taking action. Standing is taking action. We are not speaking our voice. It's about personal power. It's not about boundaries. It's about standing in our power and causation. Because when we are no longer bound, because there are webs in the universe of energy, they're kind of like sticky, gooey things like strings. In internal martial arts, it's known as kupos, or attachments to the past. So when we bring out the gold beryl, the Heliodore, it releases those strings to the past and to the future, and we can only be present in this moment. What is happening right here, right now? We're on a live stream on YouTube. We're getting the word out about, hey, if it's only about underwear, but hey, who wants to be tracked by their underwear? I mean, this may seem little, but it's huge. Getting the word out about the reopening of the sweetheart deal and the immunity to all that stuff, you guys, it's huge. That's what's happening right now. And what Glenn Kirshner and Sean Atwood said is that it really, really matters when we watch the videos, when we comment on the videos, when we subscribe to people's channels, when we talk around town about it, when we tell people, when we, it really matters that the people who are here are right. standing in our power means we were already grounded. So we don't want to re-ground ourselves. We are in our power because when we pull the energy up from the red to the orange is aligned with our purpose. And we already are aligned with our purpose. Everybody here is aligned with their purpose. Now we're standing in our power. When we stand in our power, we'll be able to move up to the voice. Okay, but if we move from our voice, from a portion of power, we constrict ourselves. And remember, right now it's all about the internet and how Donald Trump is moving money through his operants, his ladies, whoever they are, the Kushner family, moving this money in and out. And right now he could be very concerned because the Deutsche Bank records were just released and he might not be able to send his money in and out as well as he could before. All right. So once again, we want to be present in this moment. Okay. Now, causality. All I could remember is that phrase, pick your fight. There's going to be so many causes to put our energy toward. There's going to be so many topics to read on. There's so many live streams to go on. So many op-eds to... Choose your fight. Choose your fight. And follow through the whole way. Don't get distracted and misled. Don't go, oh, something else is more interesting. No. There is nothing more interesting than following Trump's money trail. There is nothing more interesting than saving our children. There is nothing more interesting than not looking at another pandemic video because let's face it, we already know what we're going to do to handle it. We just need to do it again. Which brings us back to this present moment. Time is a human construct. There is no such thing in the universe. There is only this present moment, which is a discrete. That's right. It's a discrete moment. In this discrete moment, Zelda and Garnet and Mystic and Alternative are meeting together. This is a discrete live moment of presence. Now we taught ourselves how to breathe the color in with our breath. I have done color meditations, breathing in golden light, and I've had people call me, like my phone would start ringing, telling me they could see the beaming coming off the top of the building. I'm like, what building am I in right now? And they're like, you're at blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how did you know? They said, I could see your light shining from the top of the building. And I'm like, are you kidding me? When we fill our causal body, we fill our golden light into each and every molecule. So when I do this body meditation, I want to send it to the darkness and the pain first, because the golden light is that gift from the sun. It's sunlight, you guys. It's vitamin D. Vitamin D is also very important for our current situation. We want to add vitamin D to, yep, that's right. If you were doing it before, do it again. Everything that worked, do it again. If it kept you healthy or prevented you from catching it, do it again. Do it again. Now is the time for personal power. So when we breathe in, we breathe gold into every little molecule. So we're going to start from the feet and we're going to breathe up. First, we're going to send gold to our toes. We have golden toes. We have the Midas touch, and every time we place our feet on the earth, our earth touches gold. We touch our earth with golden light from the sun rays of golden light. Breathing in, and I look down and I have golden feet that are glowing. And I breathe in and I draw the gold up into my ankles. and my ankles are my joy. And they show me how much I deserve to be happy, how much I deserve what makes me happy, what brings me joy. I fill my ankles with gold as I bring them all the way up, legs into my knees and my calves. And now my legs are glowing and my hips are glowing, and I fill my belly with golden light. Breathing out the darkness, breathing out the stagnation, breathing out the excess, and breathing in and feeling from the bottom of our toes a tingling golden light as we bring it into our belly, and we're going to really hold it here. We're going to blow up our gold like a balloon. Start with a tiny barrel. That's just a little barrel. If you have a barrel, put it right here. Right there. It's about 2 inches above my belly button. This is the vagus nerve, okay, which rules the pulmonary system. All right. And otherwise just gently touch your vagus nerve. Breathe in gold. And exhale. And now we're going to blow up a balloon. We're going to start with a little gold barrel that's just tiny. And we're going to start blowing it up. So it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until the whole balloon is filling up with gold and gold. This is also a great meditation while you're pregnant. And breathe in, because it's filling up all our abdomen with gold. And we're standing in our power, that's right, of conception. Because what we are conceiving? We're conceiving a new world paradigm. The conscious beings are setting the tone. And we breathe in and we shoot the gold like fireworks coming out from the tops of our heads, just sparkling everywhere gold. And we shoot up another gold fountain all the way up. And gold sparkles come down everywhere. There they go. And now I'm just covered with sparkly golden light. Yeah. See how easy that is? It's like 10 minutes. Ta-da. Oh God, I absolutely love doing these Minerals Monday Live. Tuesdays become my best day of the week. I'm like, the next day I wake up, I'm like, woo. Now, one of the concepts of the barrel is that attachment to that worry is concern for the future. It is not ignoring present needs. It's severing the future trip. It's severing the what if. What if he gets reelected? Just cut that string right out, because that's a future trip. Okay? What if I catch, boom, that's a few, we don't have it. And the other famous word is don't borrow trouble. Remember how your mom always used to tell you, don't borrow trouble? That's Golden Beryl. That's Heliodore. Don't borrow trouble. Be real. Give credit where credit is due. Suffer what there is to suffer, and enjoy what there is to enjoy every day. And continue your spiritual practice. Rely on your spiritual practice. This is not about ignoring all of our trouble. This is our opportunity to fix them. Now is the time for right-minded action. This is why we're standing in our power. This is why I feel so good. This is why we are not going to get indigestion. when we read those, you know, CNN videos, is because when we are in our seat of power, that's right, there's no attachment to an outcome. There's no attachment to a perception. We are in this present moment. We are taking advantage of the opportunity right now. Yeah. You have an opportunity, each one of you, right now. Hi, Queen. Oh, we love you so much. Well, I've arranged to stay on extra late tonight. So for all those on replay, thank you, Mystic Bella, and thank you, the Queen's Tarot. They are both the bomb Chica Tarot channels. Highly recommend them for two reasons. Number one, the accuracy on our three channels is so much more aligned with the truth. We're not afraid to tell it like it is. Many channels want to tell their viewers what they want to hear, so they get clickbait. That's right. Now, we're going to throw some more tarot, and we just did the 10-minute barrel meditation so that we're sitting in our seat of power. We are breathing in gold, starting from our toes, and then we're centering it over our vagus nerve. If we have the gold beryl stone, we're placing it over our vagus nerve, which is about, it's just underneath our rib cage, about 2 inches above the belly button. And we blow up a gold sphere like a balloon and then shoot it out with the fireworks of gold. Okay, so that meditation is at the top of the hour. Now, we know that, oh, and just so you guys know, I'm doing an advanced Beirut connection reading this week, so that's what's coming out next. Okay, so let's just get straight to it. I'm going to start asking some very ballsy questions. Like, I would never have balls to ask this, but I've got you guys here to back me up. I'm just going to tell it like it is. You have to get out the Russian deck, because you know what? Belaruse, that's right. It's Crimea too in Belarus right now. Yeah. I'm going to just ask the question that I know everybody has been wanting to ask, but hasn't been able to. Are we being taken over on American soil by a foreign invasion? At this present moment, not in the future, not in the past. At this very moment, is the United States of America being invaded by a foreign power on American soil? Hey, DHS said it's not them. These are unidentified forces, you guys. So I'm right outside of Portland. They said they were going to leave. They didn't. They did not leave. And there was some guy, who was that? Who's that guy's name? He thinks he's so hot. Woody or something. He's like, it's not DHS, it's not us. Well, if it's not you, who is it? Who is it? Who are these people? I'm just going to ask. Is the United States of America at this present moment being invaded by a foreign entity on American soil right now? I'm going to cut the cards right in front of you guys here. 1, 2, 3. The Empress. This would say by whom? So number 3. This is heavy duty stuff, you guys. As mentioned before, I use a Nostradamus spread, not Celtic. Oh! Hey, Z Queen. Guess who's in the center? I know it's a little hard for you guys. Okay, this is what's known as the essence position, the 9 of clubs. This is a group within the United States government who is facilitating the invasion. Yes. Yes. This is the riots. What this is saying is during the riots, yes, these entities from these foreign entities are there during the riots. Yes. In the recent past, why? 10 of coins. They were paid. They're mercenaries. We've read on this so many times, you guys. King of Swords. Now, this is interesting. I haven't had the King of Swords at this position. At this present moment, the King of Swords, I would assume that this is Pompeo. You guys, we have a traitor in our midst, and his name is Mike Pompeo. The 3 of clubs. Oh, excuse me. It's the group of 3. It's Pompeo, Barr, and acting as if he's commander-in-chief, Jared Kushner. Once again, the essence of the reading, the question is, are we at this present moment, do we have a foreign invasion on American soil? Yeah, it's been co-opted by the American government. Who's involved? Is showing up at the riots. This is the riot card. It's also the China, North Korea card, you guys. It's not really the Russia card. The Empress is the subtle position between the Emperor and the Empress. This is the United States of America that is aligned with the CCP. Oh. Why? Because at the center of the reading is the moon. That's Xi Jinping. Oh, Xi Jinping, we owe China, we owe China, we owe China. Okay, and here's the King of Swords, Pompeo. Somebody in the United States Department of Defense is a traitor. That's what this card is saying, you guys. And he's running the show, Pompeo, the Pompeo Barr show. The Pompeo Barr Kushner show. There is no yes on this. This does not have a hardcore yes. It doesn't say that it's a setup or it's going to be happening in the future. It just told us that, yeah, the United States government, okay, has collected money through a traitor and a club. All right. So I'm asking the universe, are they here already? Are these forces already here? Yeah. Yeah, that's the action that took to bring them here. Yeah, they're already here. Okay, that moon. Yeah, the moon is a card of delusion. But it's the riot card. So what this, okay, this is a Nostradamus, not a Celtic spread, okay? The essence says that the staff in the United States of America was overseeing the whole thing. But the center, the foundation is the riots. So this quote unquote thing happening on American soil is happening. It's happening at the riots. It's happening during the riots. These riots, not the protesting, the riots. Okay, and yeah, those are foreign entities on American soil. Knight of Swords. I don't normally get Knight of Swords. And it does not say AG bar to me because, no, it says Pompeo. It screams Pompeo. Oh, yeah, Belaruse. Oh, yeah, Belaruse. Well, okay, this is another thing nobody talks about, and this is why I bring out my Russian deck. Nobody's talking about Germany and how Merkel is being... You guys who are left, who are managed to stick around, Kate and everybody who's still here, oh my God, you guys are so good for toughing this out, because I know it's probably midnight where you're at. But that's part of the reason we can get past the YouTube flags, okay? It's because nobody's around, all right? Now, there's something else happening to take over Germany. Because think about it, East Germany and East Berlin used to be part of the Eastern Bloc. Merkel is being positioned to be taken out by a guy named Sodal. And the reason that guy's name creeps me out is because it's so close to S-O-R-O-S. Yeah, that guy is so bad you can't even say his name. These are really evil people. So Sodal is being positioned in Germany, and this is going to be happening over a while. Like I misread that set of timing on the mid thing for August. Yeah, it's going to be the second. It's a 2 and a 13 in the year of 20. So that's the second cycle of the 13th moon. Okay, so that's not till like the very end of the year. Okay, that Trump is going to pull that op-ed about the quote unquote cure. Something's weird is going to happen with the election. Okay, so yeah, we are currently, under attack by a foreign entity. Yeah. Okay, so Germany. It's pretty obvious that this thing in Belarus is really, really important. Okay, there was a reason why we protect Ukraine. Okay, there's a reason why Belarus, and Crimea matter. All right, because they're going for Germany. And when they take Germany out, it's going to be bad, you guys. So let's take a look at Germany. Okay, let's take a look at the Sodal influence in Germany. Nobody talks about this stuff. I take exclusive topics. And if you didn't see the bribe video about how GMAX moved the money over to get Berman fired, you definitely want to see that one. 5 of Clubs. They're going to have to fight to maintain their independence. Look at that. They're going to have to fight to maintain their independence in Germany, you guys. Okay, this is the sun. The essence of the reading is the transmutation of the sun. This is also giving a verification from the universe that the cards I'm pulling are true. That Alexia's, like, I don't do predictions, so how can I be inaccurate? I just let the cards tell me what they are. This is an illumination, but in the Nostradamus deck, the sun is the transmutation, which means an overturn of power. So Germany's going to have an overturn of power. Yep, the essence of the reading is the loss of a free Germany. They're going to be bound and overtaken. It looks like this is a reading that's literally saying Germany's going to fall. That's right. In the recent past, this is the evil influence, the Sodal influence. This is the Sodal influence, taking to get rid of Merkel. The news about Germany is coming out about Merkel, okay? That Merkel is weak. This is why I'm saying I know about this. And right now, Germany is on hold. It's the Four of Swords, which says that Sodal has gone dormant. You will not hear from that guy right now. You will not hear from him. But in the end, yeah, that is absolutely the plan. Yeah. To take over Germany. Now, it does not say they're successful, but it does say that Germany is going to have to fight to maintain their freedom. This is huge, guys. This is huge. Okay, what else? Oops. Okay. Oh, by the way, Z Queen, since you came in a bit late, please tell everyone, and this is what's been going on with the I say his name is Waxler, but you know who he is, who owns the intimate apparel company. Turns out that he's been putting RFID, into our bras. Yeah, I saw the video today, how you disassemble, you take your hook apart, and you pull it out, and there's the RFID tracker. They've been putting tracking electronics inside the hooks of brassieres of people who buy intimate apparel. That's Waxler. I mispronounced his name on purpose. Thank you, YouTube, for entertainment purposes only, you guys. Get the word out. So both Sean Atwood and Glenn Kirshner have mentioned about our channels. And this is true for Mystic Bella and Z Queen. If anybody's here doesn't belong to either of those channels, everyone watching on replay, join our 3 channels. We are the triangle of truth. That's right, sisters, we are. LA, Portland, and Michigan. That's right. And I'm going to let you know that Kirshner said how important it is right now for people to start watching channels like ours that tell the truth, because he's saying we're completely and totally suppressed. Like, I have never had this low of a turnout ever on a live stream. So don't get discouraged, readers. It's not you. It's not your channel. It's not even the platform. It's the end of the First Amendment. It's the lack of internet neutrality. We're being taken over. Our data streams are being manipulated by foreign entities. That's right. So right now, what's really up is the Deutsche Bank. So let's take a look at the Deutsche Bank records. All right, so what are the justices looking at right now when they see, dear universe, please show us, what do the justices see when they look at those Deutsche Bank records? What do they see when they look at those Deutsche Bank records? What do they see? I see a lot of infighting. This is infighting within the court. Okay, they're looking at the Deutsche Bank records. They're infighting. That's what they're saying. They're infighting because they don't know what to do. about it. What would the universe like to show us that we're not going to see? Oh my God. You guys, it's the World card again. This is the money that's being moved online. Okay, the world, yes, it is the card of the world. Yes, it is the card of termination. It's the internet card. It's the online card. It's the ability to move money online internationally. Right now, what those judges are looking at is all that money that's being moved all over the world, okay, via Deutsche Bank. And Deutsche Bank is, everybody knows that they courted Epstein to be, okay? Now, this is a lot of fives, you guys. The fives are going off, which is why I'm saying this Saturday, the 15th, Donald Trump, and the 14th, I got a quadruple set of 14s coming out in the reading tomorrow, you guys. Donald Trump is going to be in big trouble the 14th, 15th. What this saying is, the people who've been supporting Trump can't keep doing this anymore. They see Donald Trump going down. They see the destruction of the Republican Party. This isn't just the Donald Trump. This is the destruction of the GOP in the Senate coming. The blue wave is coming. What the justices see is a blue wave coming. They're looking at these transactions, all of these transactions. These are all these money transactions at Deutsche Bank. Oh God, you guys, it's there's so many of them. They're looking and they're looking and they're looking and they're looking and they're looking. And so what they're saying is they need to take the time to investigate. They have got to look closely. But I'm telling you, I'm very, very concerned about the infighting. There's this group, I want clarity on this infighting card. There's this group within this faction. See, what I'm finding is, because I have a lot of inside contacts. I know you guys know that by now. I don't have to talk about that on this channel anymore. You know who knows who watches my stuff. There's all these factionalizing, okay? This is talking about factionalizing within the FBI. The GMAX document implicates the FBI. They had to cover up for these people. They had to cover up for Lindsey Graham. Oh my God, Ted Cruz. All these guys are on there, and they've been having to cover up and lie and do this. Now, some of them are into it. But the infighting is just like, they see the tower. They see the blue wave coming to take down the GOP. They are afraid they're losing the Senate. That's what this is all about. And I'm going to just read off the bottom of the deck, because the blue wave is coming fast. Oh my God, Knight of Rods is the army of evidence. This is an army of evidence. The volumes and volumes of Mueller reports, the unredactions, this is mountains of corruption. Mountains of corruption. And so what's happening is, there's what's known as fractionalizing. There's becoming these fractions within, like, the FBI, the Supreme Court, the justice system. They have to basically, and some of them are double players. Some of them take both sides. Some of them are, we're talking double agent city, and then it goes all the way up to the Mossad, and everybody knows it. That's why they are screaming right now at Netanyahu. We think it's a big deal that there's going to be a transition at Lebanon. It's Netanyahu. And I suspect that whole thing I read on earlier tonight about the fake news to try and get Donald to be a miracle worker that, oh my God, we've got an embassy. I'll bet you it's going to be Gilead. I'll bet you this is an army of op-eds. This is an army of evidence. This is just more CRAP than anybody can handle. It's like boom, 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 one after another crap. And in the end, it's Jared and Ivanka, baby. This is Jared and Ivanka. It's Jared who's the acting as if Commander-in-Chief. Rump is just a Rumpelstiltskin. Okay, we remember at the end of the Third Reich, at the end, in the early 1940s, they had to drug that guy. The Gestapo drugged him, and they propped him up. He was like leaned against a brick wall. Did you remember seeing those videos of the end? He was drugged. You know who I'm talking about. I can't say the name of the guy. Yeah. They drugged him for those TV appearances, guys. Back then, they didn't have body doubles. Nowadays, almost every TV actor and even a lot of these hip-hop guys, I'll bet you Kanye has one. They all have body triples, not doubles, triples. And I can tell the difference in a heartbeat between the real one and the fake one, because I'm telling you, they put body doubles up. Yeah, remember what they did at the end just to try to get those news out from the HIT man. Yeah. In Germany. Yeah. The end of World War II. Yeah. And now you can see they're positioning with Sodal and Merkel. They're taking it's Crimea 2.0 in Belarus. This whole thing. Okay, now going back to the beryl and why we're choosing the beryl stone to talk about today. Grab my water here. Because beryl brings the gold beryl. It's the upper level ions in the iron that are highly sensitive to small levels of energy. And that beryl stone cuts the string, the energy string, to the past and the future, so that we're not focusing on all these things out there. We're not watching the news. We don't. It's not that we don't care. It's not that we are ignoring. We are being present. We are seated in our power. Why? Because before we speak our voice, we want to come from our power, our third chakra. This is serious, you guys. Yep. And also for the latecomers, just wanted to let you know we went over in depth about the 3 witnesses, and especially how we need to get the word out about the Courtney Wild case. If you guys could please do, Mystic and Queen, please do a reading on the Courtney Wild. She recently, I think it was over this weekend, received her ruling to reopen the sweetheart deal that gave Epps and all those people immunity. And I went over the documents. It was total bogus. That sweetheart deal is complete CRAP. Oh man, it's just no. It's no. Dershowitz, no. So Courtney Wild has had the ruling in her favor to reopen the immunity of the sweetheart deal. Now that Jeff is gone. Man, I'm telling you, you guys got to get the word out, and then tell all your friends, tell all your husbands, all your wives to check your intimate apparel. That's right, with the RFID chip inside the little hook. Brought to us by none other than best friends of G. Maxwell, Mr. Waxler himself, the owner of VC. And we need to boycott VC, you guys. Yeah, you can tell now I'm PO'd. I'm like, are you kidding me? They've been putting this stuff in our underwear. I went through my undergarments. Mine are so old that they didn't have them. So they've only been doing this in the last 5 years because mine are over 6 years old. Oh, God, you have to go and check the hooks. Did you get that, Sea Queen? They found, and yeah, inside the hooks of your bra strap, made by The Secrets Company, are RFID tracking electronic devices. Wow. Yeah. Did any of you have a chance to run to your closet since we started? I'm telling you, it's Pompeo, you guys. I know Barr is scum, but it's time to put the spotlight on Pompeo. And Glenn Kirshner, if you have not watched his station, definitely go to Glenn Kirshner. And also Sean Atwood said the same thing. Everybody who tells the truth isn't getting through right now. So we've got to kick it in the pants to ask people to join and show up. We've got to make a commitment, hit the set reminder bell, set your alarm. And the reason why is everybody knows the tarot cards are just, it's just a lead in so that we can talk the truth. And also because we don't know the truth. And so we need a little bit of divine guidance, through the cards. But it's just so that we can see the truth, because they will not show us the truth, you guys. I am not kidding. I have entities, factions who contact me because they know they can't get the information through their own departments. And they're watching this channel. They're like, is this stuff real? Hey, are your predictions really real? And I'm just like, well, hey, we'll see. Hey, we'll find out. Yeah, absolutely have all your friends, teenagers, go through all their intimate apparel purchased from that company. And I know you have to get out a scissors and a sewing kit. You do not have to destroy the apparel. Don't ever shop there again, and get the tags, because if it's been in the last 4 years, I'll bet you the tags, the chips are in there. How you can tell is it's a little bit lumpy. It's like, why is it a little thick? It just seems a little more thicker where the hooks are than usual. And guys, tell your wives. There's no reason why guys shouldn't be knowing about this. They're on the hooks. Let me go grab one because I actually have one. Hold on a second. Okay. Ta-da! Made by none other than, it's hard to see. Yep. It says body by, see? There's the tag. It's hard to see. It says right there. Okay. There's the tag. All right. Now, I'm going to do this live. This is crazy. Might as well do it. Okay. They're hiding right here. They're hiding right here on the back of the hooks. Okay. Mine is really old, but it's pretty heavy. So what you do is you get out your scissors. Okay, I can't do this live because I'm hand impaired and I will destroy my bra. But what you do is you go behind the tag and you take one of those seam splitters and you pull this thing down, and it's hiding behind the hooks. Mine's super old. I seriously doubt if it's in there. Yeah. And I saw a video of one of the girls pulling hers apart. If it's a recent purchase, you know it's in there. Yeah. All right, now remember, guys, the truth is the truth. Not everybody can take it. So I appreciate you guys that you can take the truth. It's time for me to get going, y'all. Namaste. Thank you for coming. Next week is Goofy for Garnet. It is. Next week's Goofy for Garnet. It's going to be super fun. I know today was heavy duty, but you know what? When we stand on our power, you know, it's not going to help us to divert our attention. This is the real deal. It's time for action. We know what to do. It's time to get it done. Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night. Namaste. Night. Good night.